What's up guys, Eric from VSonic here. Today we have a 2025 Toyota Sequoia Platinum. This is the trim, the TRD off-road trim, so it comes with all the bells and whistles when the car goes off-roading to ensure that the car doesn't get stuck. And it's also the iForce Max model, which is a hybrid model, so it can be very, very efficient while the car is driving. But one thing that this car can improve on is with this sound system. So we have a very easy solution here. It's the Encore Alpha power amplifier, plug and play. We recently did another video on a Toyota Sequoia, but here we are, another Toyota Sequoia here. We want to do another video, but let's make it a little bit different because today, in addition to this Encore Alpha power amplifier, we are going to install a switcher to it. If you are here in Southern California and you want to hear a demo, you can look for this beautiful looking car here. Drew's the owner. You can ask him for a demo and he can quickly show you the difference our amplifier makes. We are going to install a little switch that'll switch over the sound system from factory to our Encore Alpha amplifier. So very, very cool stuff. Let's stop talking. Let's go inside the car and get this installed. All right guys, we're in the vehicle. Let's get our plug and play Encore Alpha amplifier installed. We are also going to install a switcher. So if you compare this video with our other video, it'll look a little different because there's this additional box here, okay? It doesn't come with your amp. This is a special one, it's a switcher. And this is the amp that you're familiar with. And the harness that it's attached with also looks very different. The part that connects to the radio is exactly the same. And the part that connects to this amp is also exactly the same. But in between, we have this box here, okay? So very, very different. So do not let this video confuse you if you're using this video to install our plug and play power amplifier, because this one has a switcher to it, okay? So you're gonna refer to another different video that we have to install your Encore Alpha power amplifier, okay? So don't use this if you are installing this. This is just for information purposes, if you guys are curious. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pop up this panel here. It's already done. Just grab a hold of this, pop it up. If you have a difficult time, you could slide in panel removal tool. Use a plastic one so you don't scratch the interior, and just pop it up right here. And then once you pop this open, there's this cigarette lighter plug. Unplug that. Okay, yours will not look like this. This car actually has a dual wireless charger installed by us. And if you want to take a quick peek of our dual wireless charger, here it is, right here. One for you, one for your passenger. And we have this smart button that tells you what mode, and if you want to turn it on, turn it off, and so forth. But this is much more reliable than the factory one. It works every time, and it's 10 watt. Okay, going forward. All right, so once we're back here, let's identify the two connectors. Okay, before we identify the two connectors that we're going to be working on, there's this connector up here on top. Don't disconnect this. If you disconnect this and you turn on your car, you forget to reconnect it, you're going to get a check engine light. And to clear the code, you have to plug this back in and you have to turn your car on and off 5 times. If you don't know that, you may just end up taking your car to the dealership and that won't be fun. So don't disconnect this, but if you accidentally do end up disconnecting this, once again, just replug it. You're gonna see check engine light, turn your car on and off 5 times and clear the code. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna remove these two 1-pin connector. One is black, one is brown. Okay, just press down on the release and just pull out straight back. If you have a difficult time doing this because the space is very tight, you can actually remove the radio from the front and then unplug it once the radio is out. If you want to know how to remove the radio, check out our other video we made on the Tundra. This is one of our very first amplifier install video. That'll show you how to remove the radio. It's pretty easy. This just saves time. And then the two connectors we're going to be working on is right below it. There's a black connector all the way towards the passenger side. Okay, so push down on the release tab and then pull out. When you're pulling this out, you may have to wiggle it left, right to get it out. Usually won't come out straight out, okay? You have to just wiggle it left, right. Just be very patient. I'm gonna remove the one right next to it first. It's another gray plug right next to it. Let's remove that first. Make sure you have the correct connector. Okay, here it is. Press on the release tab, wiggle it left, right. Here it is, it's out. Make sure you unplug this connector. Don't unplug the one that's toward the driver's side. That one actually fits too. That's the wrong connector. It's not gonna work. We still have customers installing it incorrectly, and they're wondering why it's not working, because it's connected to the incorrect connector. Okay, now let's go back to this black one here. Okay, all right. The black one is a little bit tighter. So as you can see, these are two connectors we disconnect. It's gray on top and also all black. All right, so we got these two connectors from our harness, the white connector and also our black connector. It's basically a T-harness. These connectors are gonna be the same for the Encore Alpha power amplifiers, the ENA 2T3 and also the ENA 3T3. Exactly the same. Of course, the other side is gonna be different, but this installation part is the same for you people that are using this to install an Encore Alpha, okay, which I don't 100% fully recommend because it's a little bit different, but you can follow this portion if you like. All right, so our female side from our harness will connect to the male side of the factory harness, and then the male side from our harness will connect back to the radio. Once again, if you want to remove the radio, you definitely can. Otherwise, you will have to just do it by feel, or you can use a little mirror to see it. All right. And then let's get the other side, which is the black connector right here. These are your speaker wires. Make sure you press it in all the way so you hear that click. Okay, and then the other side. Will connect towards the passenger side of the other connector we connected. All right, there it is. And once again, make sure you hear it click in. All right, and if you have the ENA 2T3 or the 3T3 on the harness, there's gonna be a ground cable. You'll connect that here. Just loosen that 10mm bolt, slide it back under, and then tie it back up. So that's where you could get the ground. That's the easiest place to do it. For this one has a switcher, so we don't need that. All right, next, let's connect our Encore Alpha amplifier. And once again, let me set the gains. The recommended gain setting on the Sequoia with JBL is generally gonna be about 50-50. So 12 o'clock on the rear, 12 o'clock on the front. If you want, you could turn up the front gain just a little bit. We'll turn it up to about like 1 o'clock. Don't put it up too much, then it's just gonna get too loud. So we'll get that set up. And the other side will connect to these two connectors. This part of the install is the same as installing our ENA 2T3s and ENA 3T3s. Okay, same. All right, and then all the installs from here, it's all gonna be different. So if you're using this video to install one of these amps, please don't follow it. But if for any reason you got a hold of our switcher, then you can follow this. I have to keep mentioning this or else someone's gonna follow it and they're gonna call us and they're gonna be like, hey, the connector is wrong, got the wrong product. No, that's not the case. This one has a two-way switcher, okay? Your ENA 2T3 and 3T3 do not have this switcher, and the harness looks different, okay? And on here, one goes to DSP, one goes to car. So one is car mode, one is the amp mode. It says DSP. This is not a DSP, but this switcher is often used for DSP. That's why it says that. So everything is actually connected. The only thing that we have to do now is route this switcher button, and it has a lot of adapters to where you can fit it. And for this vehicle, we're gonna fit it all the way to the driver's side. On the left, there's some blank switches. And when you're routing this cable, you actually have to route it from the switch hole to here. You cannot do it the other way around. It's because if you look at these little panels, or what do you call it, these adapters that allows this switch to fit perfectly. I believe for this one, it's going to be the smaller one, which is this one. This cable here only fits one way, as in this goes in here, okay? It only goes that way. The switch cannot be fit from the back. And if the switch cannot be fit from the back and it has to go from this way, and this panel piece goes in this way, that means there's only one way to route it, which is from that side all the way to the back of the radio where we're gonna mount these two boxes. So let me get to the driver's side and let's do that now. All right, so we're gonna place it right here, that button. And we'll wanna get behind here. You probably could get a little panel removal tool and pull this out, but let's just try pulling this down and then we'll see what's behind it. Okay, not too difficult. There's a bunch of connectors and cables here. All right, so we got some connectors in the way. So I'm gonna disconnect some of these that's on top. Let's press on the release tab. All right, and let me push these out from the inside. Okay. All right. Okay, I got it out. Let me show you, explain to you how it is out. So when it's pushed in here this way, it's being held by these two side clips here. I was trying to figure out what the release clip was. It's up here. Try to get a flat head up here behind it. Just push down and you'll end up being able to get this clip here and push those in both sides and they'll come out this way. Okay, so before I forget, let's reconnect. Connect these two. Don't forget where they all each belong to. And this white one was connected to the empty plug that we connected. So just leave it there. All right, and let's get our button. We'll start off by routing our cable through this hole. Let's bring it all the way out. Let's make sure it fits. Okay, this part is supposed to be the bottom. Right here, just like so. Make sure it's facing the right way. And there it is, fits perfectly. So that's how it should be. All right, before we bring this down, let me route this cable. So, go here, go right through, and then we're gonna go up to the radio side. Okay, let's close this up. Okay, that is all in, and let me route this up here to the back of the radio. Let's see if I could go through here. All right, so to route this cable easily, I took some wires like this. You could use a zip tie, a very thick zip tie as well. Just any sort of line that has some girth to it. You can even try using a clothes hanger, straighten it out. I fished it straight back behind the radio and I caught it with my left hand, stuck my hand back here, and it's here. Now I will tape this to this connector. I'll wrap it with some blue tape. Wrap it very well so it doesn't come loose while you are pulling the cable back. And then we will have successfully routed this cable to the back of the radio where we want it. And when you're routing cables, just be aware of how the cable is being routed. Make sure it is not in any way of moving parts in the car. and also any parts in the car that gets really hot. All right. And then when you're pulling it up, if there's parts that gets caught, just slow down, move it around. Okay. And here it is. All right, so we got the cable out over here. Let me remove all the wonderful blue tape. All right, so here is the switch. And here's a switch connector, and I'll just connect right here. All right, so the connection of all this is complete. And next, we just need to find a good location to mount this. Mount it back here. That's where the amp's gonna go. And the switcher will go right next to it. Okay, we have plenty of room. So let me get my double-sided tape and connect one devices at a time. So actually, I'm gonna disconnect my switcher for now, just so I don't have this switcher dangling here while I install the amp. All right, guys, here's some double-sided tape we're gonna use. The kit, ENA 2T3 and 3T3, it comes with double-sided tape. So you do not have to source a separate one like what you see here. I'm gonna put one over the production number and one right above it. It's gonna go in here. It's gonna mount right like so. All right. Got it really deep in there. Just how you want it. And we will place the switcher to the right side of it. Let me just do a little test fit to make sure it fits there. Okay, switcher. Okay, switcher's gonna go here to this right side, right here. There's a lot of room. I'm gonna put it in sideways. So it's gonna mount this way, straight in. Okay, all right, let me reconnect our connectors. Let me attach my double-sided tape. All right, there it is. And you're gonna have a lot of excess wires. Just tuck them in here. There's plenty of room. Just organize them to the best of your ability. Okay, with your ENA 2T3s and 3T3s, you'll have some excess wires, but it won't be this excessive. All right, there it is. And let me do another quick look at the bottom over there of that wire that we routed. All right, so let's revisit our cable that we routed for our switcher. Okay, let's remove the under panel so we can find a really good place to secure it. Okay, you can move this aside here. Okay, I'll secure it here to the left. Some cables here. All right, and I'll just zip tie right here to the left here. So just be out of the way from everything. Okay, here it is. Right here, this is where I zip tied it to. Okay, now let's put this panel back. All right, and don't forget to plug in your cigarette lighter plug. Okay, and then pop this panel back in place. All right, and that's it. All right, guys, so we just finished installing our Encore Alpha plug-and-play power amplifier to this 2025 Sequoia Platinum TRD Sport. Let's see what Drew thinks about this upgrade.
So automatically when you turn it on, you can hear more of the details and the vocals come on, especially from the center channel. And we'll get some bass in here.
You'll notice some new sounds and instruments and details that you didn't notice before.
Yeah. Yeah, you can totally hear it. Like, and if, because I have the demo, I could push this off now and it sounds so sad. It's not lively. So definitely you can hear the difference come in when you push the button, and you can hear it brighten up. What I'm really happy with is the bass came alive more than anything to round out the music.
So would you be recommending this to other Sequoia owners?
Yes, simple plug and play, easy mod. This is a must do. This is super simple.
And if you guys are in SoCal, look for Drew, follow him, go to his events, and give it a live demo yourself.
So if you want a live demo, just message me. I'm close to City of Industry. Hit me up on GT3 Drew or P Club USA. Just let me know and I'll come out and we can listen to music together. Let's go.
Let's do this. All right, guys, well, that does it. That concludes our installation demonstration of our Encore Alpha power amplifier with our switcher, so you can go back and forth between the factory audio system and the Encore Alpha sound system. And once again, if you are here in Southern California, hit up Drew. We'll leave his contact information. He'll be happy to give you a demo. He's also going to be going around to a lot of car shows and events. And if you have a Porsche, he's also a president of the Porsche group, so you can reach out to him and join the fun community. They have like weekly events, and they host a bunch of cars and coffee event where you meet super early in the morning, go for a drive, find a really cool place to take some photos, and he often has professional videographer and photographers there. So very, very cool group. But anyhow, as you can see, Drew loves the change of his sound system with our simple plug and play amplifier. And also, for you viewers out there, if you already have experience with our Encore Alpha amplifier, you already purchased one, let us know what you think about it. You know, we like to hear about it. Let us know what volume you like to listen to your music. Also, tell us about the audio gain adjustments that you made. We love to hear about what the community is doing. It helps us out a lot as well, and also helps share the true information to make sure all the future customers are well versed with the most updated information. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, or you can email us at info@bsonicUSA.com. If you haven't yet, help our channel, give us that like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and see you guys in the next video.